again. Like the stars, but we'll shine again. We may cry, but we'll smile again. Africa will rise again. Yes, you can. Yes, I will fight my way through the storm. Yes, I can. Yes, I will. With the children of the future. Yes, I can. Yes, I will. It's your time to take control. Take control. What are you waiting for? Mama, mama, mama. We made it. We made it. Mama, mama, mama. We made it. We made it. Mama, mama, mama. We made it. We made it. Africa. I believe in Africa. I believe in Africa. I believe in you. Yali, yali, yali. Yali, yali, yali. Young African leaders. Young African leaders. Yali, yali, yali. Yali, yali, yali. Young African soldiers. Young African soldiers. Yali, yali, yali. Yali, yali, yali. Young African leaders. Young African leaders. Yali, yali, yali. Yali, yali.
Nigerian musician Lamborghini shares why youth liberation is so important to him.
But while I was doing music, I realized the influence we musicians have on the people and the youths of Africa. They want to be like us. Whatever they watch us do on TV is what they want to practice at home. And when I looked at the entire industry in Africa, there was no musician really young also going back to lead these great African youth in the right direction. I was 25 years old at that time when I introduced music as a form of therapy into the prison system. A lot of people thought I was crazy because in the history of Africa, it became the first time a musical concert will be allowed in the prison system. I did a couple of concerts for 2 years. Then the Controller General of Nigerian Prison, then sitting, Olusola Ogunnipe, called me and said he sees the impact of what I'm doing in the prison system as a musician. He would like to appoint me as a national ambassador to the prisons. I accepted. Few months later, he called me and said no. He wants me to have a closer relationship with the inmates. So I became an honorary prisons officer. I had my uniform and my full kit, my ID card. I walk into the prison anytime. I can walk into any prison in Nigeria at any time I want. The young man looked at me and said, please help me. I am not a criminal, but I am in prison for minor offense. So I asked him, I said, what did you do? He said, I've been arrested for street trade offense. I'm like, street trade offense? No, you shouldn't be in the prison. A street trade offender, in my own thinking, should be in a remand home. So I started trying to fight for freedom for prisoners of that kind. It was a tough one, because as at this time I'm talking to you, my highest level of education was just secondary school. I started trying to fight for inmates. And as I'm standing here talking to you, I've gotten over 50 of such people out of prison in Nigeria. In the midst of this, I heard about Yali. But then I never heard about the RFC. It was the Yali Mandela Washington Fellows. As at this point, I've realized that I am not just a musician anymore. That God is using me, or God has directed me and my gift into something that is beyond the music. And I knew for me to be better, I need to go in for a leadership training. I applied the first time, I was not taken. I went back, I applied again, I was not taken. In fact, I applied to Yali 3 times, and I was not taken. So the third time, I'm like, oh, with all the things I've done, you know, because in Nigeria, I'm popular. You know, in Nigeria, I'm the only musician that has the kind of ambassadorship. You know, an ambassador to the prisons, ambassador to NDLEA. These are organizations that have never appointed a musician as an ambassador because it's a very serious sector. They don't just pick people.
A young Ghanaian naval lieutenant says leadership training has been critical for his growth.
I know that you've been...
You know, being in the military as a leader, you are able to, you have authority command to deal with people. And you find yourself in an environment where you have a lot of civilians that you don't have any authority over. They don't care whether you're a military officer or whatever. So you have to use your innate skills, the skills that you have or you've learned, to rally these people together, lead from behind, and then serve them for them to accept you. So having to go low and below to try and understand each individual person, their stories, where they are coming from, to be able to rally them together, it becomes a learning process so that when you move out into your environment, because there are times you deal with civilians, it's broadening my horizon as to how I'm going to work with civilians in the future, and it will promote my civic military interactions henceforth. In my work as a naval officer, I travel around a lot of places. And imagine having a problem in a country where you have a colleague who will be on hand to call for the person to assist. Replicate that to 49 countries in Africa, where you have other people from other parts of the world, people you meet during the fellowship in the States, at Washington and everything. I mean, it's a bigger platform for me to meet people in network. And moving forward in my career, in my interactions, I mean, you have doctors, you have lawyers, you have whatever you want to achieve on this planet, on this continent, you have people who are ready and willing to assist you do that. So I see it as a great opportunity, and it's going to really help me in my career, in my personal life, and in whatever venture I decide to do within or outside the military.
I would just like to tell you that your individual stories are amazing, but also remember that leaders, they work with others. You know, I'm sure that united, you will have a bigger story.
The director of the Regional Leadership Center in Accra details its reason for being.
Yes, this is a place, one of the 4 places in Africa where we would like to prepare our young leaders. Prepare them, meaning them giving them the skills, giving them the character and the knowledge, and also the awareness that is necessary for them, I mean, to transform their continent. Which means that they will just try to see how they can influence others to have confidence in themselves, to believe in themselves, and then try to make the big change Africa needs.
So we know that there are 3 tracks to this program: civic engagement, business and entrepreneurship, and also public service management. Can you talk a little bit about how all 3 of those tracks have been inculcated into your curriculum?
Yes, first we just have this assumption that, you know, if you would like to develop the country, we need to have leaders everywhere. You know, if you have great leaders in public management, you know, in the government, you know, we have great leaders in the private sector and great leaders in civil society. All of them combined, working together, will make, you know, your country or your continent great. Leaders in the academia, leaders in private sector, leaders in civil society, leaders in government. to try just to identify what are the knowledge, skills, attitude that we think are just the best attitude. And then we try to see now how it can be the core for our curriculum. So we have facilitators, we have programs, and we make sure that they are accessible, these programs, meaning that people can come here to have their training. We can also have online training, but these two modalities that we're using are just sort of equivalent. It means that they are delivering the same quality of training. And the other thing is that we have the people who are just designing this program doing reviews, and reviews are based on the feedback they got from those they have trained. They will just come and say, okay, this is just what we like, this is what's useful to us. There has been very, we need more time for this.